No one would have imagined in 1950 that a human could stand on the moon. Yet, not long after, astronauts sent back images of a circle of blue surrounded by a vast blackness and spoke with great awe of their view of our planet. Spaceship Earth. Even with a remarkable history of overcoming the impossible, we still find imagining 2050 almost as difficult because the future is fiction. In fact, the future is a story that each of us can participate in writing every day. We can try to imagine our world for the next 50 years based on trends, analysis, or perhaps even gut feelings. And while we cannot predict the future, it's absolutely vital that each of us considers the years to come so that we're more prepared to prevent, anticipate, and cope with that which may occur. While we ardently strive to consider our future, the only thing we know for certain is that change is constant, but the context of change is variable. We have adapted to change by designing a steadily increasing number of ways to confront and overcome the challenges of the natural world and all its complex systems, allowing us not only to survive, but thrive in a world where we depend more and more on a planet with delicate ecosystems and finite resources. As time has progressed, consumption and waste have grown at a frenetic pace to a state that is 2, 3, even 5 times the available resource of our planet. The whole while the world's population has swelled from 3 to 6 billion in a single generation, and alarmingly continues to increase by more than 200,000 people every day. This quickening pace of consumption and growth defines our time. If we continue on this trajectory, what will happen to our planet and its dwindling resources when it's groaning under the weight of 9 billion people? What will happen to those global ecosystems upon which the diversity of the natural world depends? What impact will this trajectory have upon the health of our human systems? These questions underscore a pressing need for action. We're no longer confronting challenges of the natural world, but rather challenges of our own creation. So what's next? Where do we go from here? The implications of idleness cannot be overstated. Imagining a planet in balance is a challenge of unprecedented scope. It forces us to push the boundaries of our own perceptions and consider choices of new, unfamiliar, and potentially uncomfortable contexts, which require that we consider both the planetary condition and the human condition equally. We must combine these two critical contexts in order to develop 4 scenarios, thus allowing us to consider how the two are inextricably linked and begin to define our future realities. And, despite our own situations, right now, somewhere on our planet, we can glimpse each one of these plausible futures, however grim or pleasant they may be. The selfish bubble is a world where society is in denial about the dire state of the planet on which it lives, and is driven primarily by human interest with negligible accountability for our impact on the world. Life is cheap is a future in which both human and planetary health has spiraled down into an irreversible state of decay and depletion. Carbon is crime reflects a world where planetary systems have passed their tipping point and global action has put planetary needs first. And finally, the ecological age is a world where society and governments have worked together to usher in an age of responsible resource use, care for the planet, and maximization of human living standards. No matter which world we occupy or how many worlds we journey through, in order for humanity to have a long-term viable future, we have to aim for nothing less than the ecological age, and to return to the beginning, life at one planet. What will this mean for your future? For our future? What genre of fiction will you write? Powerful drivers are shaping an uncertain future, and every day only those who choose to participate in writing the story of the future can decide what story will be told. With the clarity of hindsight, will the future shape of the planet be a success, or will we have fallen short of the opportunity to stop and confront the design challenges which we have created? Will we have achieved life at one planet or naught?